How to manage people with negative personalities. You ever been around people that always make you ask the question, what's his problem this time? They're always creating a big scene from small misunderstandings. Negative people are all around us. They can be family, coworkers, friends, business partners. Anyone can be negative. But what makes negativity hard to deal with is that it can affect your emotional state. When you are around impulsive people with negative personalities, their actions can lead you to do something you might regret sooner or later, hence the need to manage these people. However, we cannot ignore one crucial fact, that negative people are still human beings. Even though their actions are undeniably hard to ignore sometimes and could get you worked up, you need to prepare for times like that. It would be best if you learned how to deal with negative people. By so doing, you can keep being cool-headed while helping others to stay away from negativity. In this video, we'll discuss precisely what a negative personality looks like and some ways that you can manage and relate peacefully around negative people. A lot of words can be used to describe a negative person: impulsive, rude, arrogant, quarrelsome, cowardly, to mention a few. People with negative personalities tend to make things difficult by complaining about everything, making negative comments, and whatnot. Let's look at a few ways you can deal with such people. Before that, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Ignore their negative comments. Negative people are hard to deal with sometimes, and you can't simply avoid them despite your best efforts. I mean, there are people we genuinely know are mostly negative, and there are the cases when we least expect it, and the negativity comes from someone that we never imagined could go that far. It's always safer to prepare for any circumstances. One of the best ways to deal with negative people is to do your possible best to ignore their comments. It doesn't have to matter if you're right or wrong. Negative people won't listen to your opinion while they're angry anyways. Research shows that most negative people focus more on people their negativity affects. This means the more attention you give them, the more intense the argument and quarrel becomes. Worst case scenario, they'll destroy your day as well and push you to do the worst and say some pretty negative things yourself. By ignoring them, you create the impression that you're not ready, and they'll eventually cool down once they're done shouting or saying the things they want to say. Number 2. Sympathize with them. Ignoring them doesn't solve the situation for good. You need to try your best to follow up with them. Don't do too much. In a calm mood, try to ask them how they are feeling and what's going on. Many of the people who often get irritated or mad are probably having issues at home or work, maybe finances, or they're finding it hard to figure out life in general. Emotions usually back outburst. It's not normal that people create a big scene just for nothing. As a positive person, try and be gentle with the people around you. Sometimes people are a bubble that is this close to bursting, so the moment you introduce a little scorn or blame, that's it. They spit it all out, and everyone close to them gets it. However, studying the people around you and knowing the best time to mock or correct them reduces the tendency to start quarrels. Number 3. Use their negativity to measure your positivity. Often there are those people that it's easy to get rid of. They breathe and worship negativity. These kinds of people are just there waiting for the perfect opportunity when you seem perfectly fine to irritate you, and they do so well at it. It could be a relationship, a partner at work, almost anyone. At this point, you need to take your time to breathe and remember why you chose to live a positive life. Use their negativity to measure how much progress you have made on your personality. Try to visualize all that you can achieve by winning this battle of personality. It is always great to approach challenges competitively. It doesn't matter how many negative words they throw at you. Be firm and maintain your stance. Your mental stability will prove them wrong eventually. Negative people can't go about ranting forever. Number 4. Don't rush to prove yourself right. If you ever listen carefully to people who make a lot of complaints, there's always a hidden message. Whether it's your boss that keeps discouraging you with negative words, or your coworker who won't stop blaming you for a mistake, or your spouse keeps hammering on an issue for days, they are always saying something important you should pay attention to. Your role here around such people is not to get back at them or jump into the argument to prove you're right. Your goal here is you want them to say everything they want to say, and while they're at it, you listen to them word for word. The truth is, mostly, they want you to do something right. It's best if you listen than always wanting to be listened to. Number 5. Stick to positive topics. Whenever a group of people gather around to chat or discuss issues, people often are forced to introduce topics that lead the conversation to an argument. Knowing the right time to chip in certain comments that are likely to start a fight will go a long way to save you from negativity. A lot of people would prefer you approach them one-on-one and tell them the problems you have with them rather than making them look bad in front of everyone. My best advice? If it's a group discussion, try your possible best to focus on the topics that'll promote positivity and try to deal with negative issues more privately. There's always a time for everything. Try to give people the space to express themselves as well. People naturally dislike it when everything is centered on them. Before you attack someone in a discussion, first put yourself in their shoes and visualize how you'd love for them to approach you. This is precisely how you should approach them. Number 6. Live an exemplary life. One of the ultimate ways to deal with negative people is to be a positive person. Be an example to them. By so doing, you draw a line on the kind of attitude that people can portray when around you. When you carry yourself with such high integrity and positivity, people will respect you too much just to try to do anything to offend you. Have a positive impact on your environment. Let people see how positively you go about your business. They will not only try to level up to you, but they'll also try to give you the respect and peace of mind you need in return for being a beautiful person around them. The less people respect you, the easier it is for them to throw shades at you anytime. Know the best place and time to criticize those that deserve it. The best explanation we can give to this is that sometimes people want to see you start what you ask them to do before they actually do it. So the best way to prove them wrong is by raising your standards above theirs and making the right decisions. Negative people can be awfully troublesome sometimes, but let's face it, they're just like you and me. We've all been in that situation where we burst into flames because someone said something that we didn't like. It is natural to feel angry or scorn the fact that someone is trying desperately to direct a negative comment at you. Sometimes it's unbearable, but we have to try. It takes a change of heart, mind, and the right attitude to be the best version of yourself. Let your positivity impact those around you, and you'll attract more great people in your life. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like. And if there's anything you would like to add, we don't mind hearing from you in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified when a new video drops. Thank you.